Hey folks, welcome back. This is StarCraft Mass Recall, a StarCraft Brood War remake in StarCraft 2. My name is Jay. Let us continue the stand, return to Char. This can be a bit of a tricky mission. I do know that they have removed the ability to tech to carriers on the hard difficulty. There's also two ways to win this mission. I think one of them is decidedly easier than the other, but we will see. We will see. All right, return to Char. Protoss fleet high orbit over the planet Char.
Executor, the Urash is secured, and the UED has given up the chase. We are currently holding perimeter orbit over the planet Char. Zeratul, have you locked onto the location of the Callus?
Yes. I remember sensing his power the last time I was on this world. However, our sensors indicate a massive, fluctuating energy signature at its location. I am, however, unable to identify the signature's source.
That should be obvious, gentlemen. The source is the Overmind itself. When the Cerebrates merged together, they must have locked onto the Callus energies and nested near it. It's probable that there'll be a number of broods protecting that area. It's risky, but if we can strike hard and fast, we might be able to fight our way through their defenses and escape with the crystal.
Comrades, I may have an alternative. Seeing as how the Overmind is still in its infant stages, I wonder if we might be able to disrupt its control over those broods. If we can do enough superficial damage to the creature, it might pacify the Zerg nearest to it, allowing us some time to retrieve the Callus.
A bold plan, young Artanis. Your courage rivals that of mighty Tazadar himself.
You give me too much credit, noble Zeratul. I am not worthy enough to even speak his name.
Touching. Look, boys, either of these plans will work, but let's not waste any time. I'll be able to exert limited control over a few of the Zerg here and provide you with some backup. But the longer we stay, the more we risk losing both the crystals again.
Agreed. Executor, deploy your forces. May Adun be with you.
Cool. Retrieve the Callus Crystal with a probe or drone, or do enough damage to the Overmind to send it into remission. I always find that damaging the Overmind into remission is a bit easier than retrieving the Callus. The Zerg base in the way of the Callus is much larger than the path to the Overmind. Also, the path to the Overmind leads to a fairly defensible expansion, so that's probably what I'm going to stick with here. Though, I do find these missions where you can control two factions a bit overwhelming, so I'm going to probably focus on my Protoss tech. And now, I will admit, the one thing about this map is the attacks are very large, and I have a memory of trying to take this base for the Zerg for the extra gas, and it was just a big pain in the butt to hold on to. Note, in this mission, carriers are disabled in hard difficulty. Because the Zerg attack you down here, they attack you over here, and they attack you over here. There's two factions of Zerg. So basically, if you take this base, the brown Zerg attack there. If you don't take that base, they'll attack you here. So honestly, I'd kind of preferred if they stuck to just attacking my Protoss base, and I just kept this single gas, and then tried to make a fast force to take this upper left base. And the faster I can take that upper left base, the better situation I'll be in. And just kind of hope that they leave my Zerg base alone for the most part, because again, I'm pretty sure that as long as you don't move out down here, the brown Zerg will attack down in this direction instead. So I'm sort of counting on that. And let's go ahead and get our cybernetics core and try to tech pretty quickly this map. I think I'm going to get a second forge. And space is a mild issue on this map. I think I want to get to High Templar pretty quickly. And pretty much all my available gas, besides a little bit for Dragoons and upgrades, is going to go towards some High Templar. So it all comes down to where the enemy attacks me. And my prior knowledge of this map, again, is don't take this base. I mean, I could take that base, but I don't want to. I'd much rather just avoid that base and be able to defend in a close proximity here, because over here versus down here, it's much closer. It's much closer to move in between those two areas, so that's why I'm going to do it that way instead and not worry about taking the extra gas. The extra gas, though, probably is profitable. I just, I'd rather not bother, because it's going to be a big hassle to hold on to. Let's go ahead and get another pylon down here and set up some separate defense and singularity charge, and that's all of our money right now. But I will get more, and with my Zerg forces, I think I'm just going to make a butt ton of Hydralisks. I'm going to try to level them up. I'm going to get some Overlord speed eventually, and those are going to be my detectors because the enemy's going to bring those real annoying lurkers. We can see some up here. The enemy gets lurkers. We do not. We just get some very basic Zerg. It says we can make defilers, but I'm pretty certain we can't make a hive. I'm pretty sure we're restricted to 2-2. If we could get defilers, using those in conjunction with Protoss forces would be absurdly overpowered, but I'm not going to do that because I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be able to. Here comes another attack. I'm trying to... Let's just keep getting more Dragoons, and again, I want to get to those High Templar. They'll help us defend and do all sorts of fun, nifty stuff. So let's go ahead and grab our Citadel of Adun. Keep getting more probes for more minerals, and I'm trying to do this on basically one base with, like, it's a decent amount of minerals total, but we're going to struggle with gas. Let's go ahead and get a lair. I definitely need Overlord movement speed, and it's just holding on to each of these locations. I don't want to spend too much on cannons and pylons and all of that, and shield batteries beyond what I have to. So I'm going to set up these, and they're just going to die to the next enemy attack. But what I do know is Orange just attacked us, so let's move down in this direction and anticipate a brown attack next, because that's probably how this is just going to go. Zealot leg enhancements is going to be great. I can also set up my Templar archives. I don't want to block my Zerg from being able to come down this ramp. Also, I need to continue with Zerg upgrades. I want to get a Hydralisk Den. Ah, and here they come up in this direction, you little assholes. Okay, so I was wrong. I might as well try to take that lower expansion. Let's come on over here and try to hold on to this. Dragoons back up. Okay, so we do need to defend both areas no matter what. But again, taking that bottom base strikes me as not that worth it because of how challenging it will be to hold on to. Let's get some more Dragoons, and I need the Hydralisk Den. That's D, not H. Okay. And again, the sooner the better if I can get up to that other area. I need Khadarian Amulet and Psionic Storm. That's so much gas to dump right in that moment, but it was absolutely necessary. I could also go for Reavers. I don't know. Do I say no to Reavers or do I take the Reavers? Let's go ahead and throw down some more gateways here. We're gonna need some shield batteries down here as well. So let's get at least one or two. The Zerg defied my expectations. I don't know what I expected, but it's very... I struggle with these two separate tech trees. I don't really like having to deal with two separate tech trees, but you know what? We will struggle along, as we always do. Shields or weapons, I think 1-1 right now is absolutely fine while we just build up a decent-sized force to push into the next area of just Zealots and Dragoons, because I really need to get that other base. Here comes another Zerg attack. Let's move on up and be prepared to wipe those out. All right, get in there. Look, here come the lurkers as well. This probe really wants in on the action. All right, we kind of cut them off before they could do anything, but our observer went down, so we need to be prepared to bring our overlord buddies. So let's go ahead and grab Pneumatized Carapace and bring some of these along for the ride. I don't even think I want Groove Spines. I think I am just going to make Zerglings for now, and then we'll send them up. I am scared about my Zerg base. We also know Brown is going to attack us next. I can make one High Templar. Let's queue him up. I'm trying to... There we go. Sometimes my keyboard's a little weird. Okay, just make Zealots because we can afford them right now. We need pylons. Not a lot of room for pylons. I don't like that one bit. I guess I could come up here and put them up in this direction. It's actually more room up here than I expected, so that should be fine. We'll bring the Zerglings with us, and I would really, 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 really like to move out. Pretty much once these Zealots are done, I would like to go. I'm still hesitant about this. I suppose let's see what the next Brown attack is, and then we should go and attack. We meet Orange before they get to us. We know that Brown's going to attack us next, so let's leave our units kind of over in this direction and see where they come from. The layout of this map is challenging, too, because the Zerg base that you have here just does not have the defensive setup that you need, which is unfortunate. My keyboard is killing me here. Hang on 1 second. All right, turn it off. Turn it back on. Sometimes, there we go. Smooth hotkeys right there, very smooth. Just got to set up a bunch of this stuff, get more drones, and then probably get another hatchery, because we're looking good on minerals, but not gas. That's what it's going to be, this whole map, by the looks of it. Okay, Psionic Storm is finishing. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, let's get another one. Let's get one more and then just get more Dragoons. Let's just get more Dragoons. And here comes the next enemy attack. Get on in there, friends. Do they have detection? It looks like they're not bringing a detection with the brown attacks. Maybe I could take advantage of that. They'll come eventually, I'm sure. Okay, so let's take this group and start moving towards the enemy base. Okay, Dragoons, Zealots, more Vespene, that's fine. Okay, so what I would like to do, let's grab these Overlords as well. They have pneumatized. Let's make sure, yeah, I knew there's lurkers up there. Let's go ahead and move the Overlord up here, because we know it's there. I don't really have any high-powered units in this composition. That's the unfortunate thing, and my Zealots are going to get torn up by lurkers. Let's quick save and see if we can make this happen with just this group. It's going to be dicey, but let's try it. There's a lot of stuff here, but we have to take this base pretty much as soon as possible. Got to keep moving up with the Overlords, or they're going to get killed by Spore Colonies. Got to take out the Spore Colonies. All right, good. Move on in. Looks like we have been pretty successful here. Let's be prepared and move a probe up in that direction. Okay, and the next orange attack is going to be hitting us pretty darn soon. We do have units down here, specifically the High Templars, so we need to hold on to those. And let's start making Hydralisks. Okay, and this is step number 1. We take this base. I could make it a... Well, let's get out of here. This is too much. We want to back up to our High Templar. We will clean that up in a moment, but I've got the High Templar. They've got a huge clump of Mutalisks. We have to be prepared to take those out. So let's kind of do a fighting retreat here, and by fighting retreat, I mean not really a retreat at all. And please storm when I tell you to. Okay, I will click the button if necessary, keyboard. You are absolutely killing me right now. Okay, get on in there. High Templar, you're going to transfer down to this direction because that's what's going to be hitting us next. And just make more Zealots. Those beefy Zealots. Give me ground weapons level 3, please. And let us come on over and continue taking this base. All the creep colonies are gone, but as you can see, they're rebuilding the units. Probe, don't die. And again, you can see with what vigor they're using to rebuild this area. Try to get rid of that hatchery. Do we have room to set this up yet? No, the creep is still there. Okay, well, soon enough, we'll be able to clean this out. And again, this group of units, I think I'm going to leave up here. And we'll get a High Templar up here to help us defend. And then we have to take this as soon as possible. I could also make this a hatchery. But I don't think I want to. But otherwise, we have to wait for the creep to recede, which is a pain in the ass. Okay, let's get more High Templar with the gas that we do have. We might as well set up a little defense in this area. And we have them kind of stuck on a ramp if we set up here, which is really good. That's very, very good. So we can go ahead and throw down a pylon right there, set up our typical top of the ramp defense, and we'll be in good shape. Meanwhile, we've got the High Templar down here. Let's grab one of them and move them up here for the storm. And then what I'd also like to do is get one Stargate. I'd like a couple scouts. Okay, the map doesn't actually extend up that far. Interesting. Throw it down right there. They're going to try to rebuild. I have a ton of minerals, so let's get kind of a shield battery cannon farm right here. And I'm talking like we're overbuilding this defense because why not? And then shield batteries, that'll do. And then we can get the Nexus as well. Let's just put it there, that's fine. Okay, I'm expecting Brown to attack me pretty soon. I have to keep making Hydralisks up in this area, but I can't afford it. Groove Spine sounds good. And Antenna. What I really, really need at this point are a couple scouts. Didn't I send up a High Templar up here? Did he get caught out? Am I looking at him? Okay, here comes this large attack. All right, it's got a storm right there. Got a storm right here. Oh my god, this attack is enormous! Alright, everybody turn around and come home. And I need a couple scouts. So let's do that. We drew some of them into our base, and we lost our High Templar. That is such an expensive investment. I don't have any gas to do anything. I really need to saturate this one as soon as possible. We do have some defense set up here, though, so I feel comfortable, at least, with some mild self-defense in this area. And we just need more Zealots, I think. I I think all we can really afford is Zealots. I guess you, High Templar, you're going to stay here. We're going to move this stuff up here to wait, and this is almost done, thankfully. Almost done, thankfully. Okay, pretty large defense set up here, but honestly, I really don't care. It needs to happen. Okay, start making those probes. We're going to saturate that gas and let them come from that direction as much as they want. Stargate, getting out those scouts like I wanted. We'll get air weapons. We'll get shields level 1. I'm going to keep quick saving because I think we're on better track now. And we've got an not really a great Zerg force, but it's better than nothing. It wouldn't be able to hold on against pretty much anything at this point. What else can I make? I can make a Queen's Nest. I could spawn Broodlings on Ultralisks, and that's about it. This is a pretty large force. I think I can split this up, because I have a lot of stuff here. Also, again, it depends on what sort of air attacks we're going to be expecting. And I need to set up a little more defense down here. So let's get a pylon and kind of saturate this. We've got 2 scouts. I'll get a 3rd one, and that should be enough to deal with any air attacks coming our way. Got these units here, which is pretty good. Pretty large attack, but what I don't have, unfortunately, are my scouts over here. Let's fly them over. We've got the Guardians now. This is why I made scouts. Luckily, we do decent damage against those, so you know what? I'm going to leave these over here. For now. For now. Okay. Got to set up our typical defense, and that should be pretty good for now. Okay, and eventually these fellas will join us as we make our push towards the Overmind, as we stack up more Vespene gas. Let's go ahead and put 4 probes on this. We're going to stack up a bunch of Archons, and then we will go and attack. Let's go ahead and start getting our Hydralisk upgrades, and hope that my Zerg base doesn't come under direct attack anytime soon, because we are really not prepared for it. We've got the Zealots here. We've got a few Dragoons as well. Let's move these. Let's kind of move these over in this direction. This should be enough defense. Let's hotkey this High Templar. You guys can move up to my main attacking force. It's not really that main of a force anymore, but it's something. Okay, and I don't think we need more probes up here. We need more probes at our expansion. Let's go ahead and grab ground armor level 3. The upgrades are really what are going to allow us to spiral out of control and actually take the fight to the Zerg, I think. Okay, hopefully that probe doesn't get stuck, but he might. Nah, he's looking okay. All right, get back on there, and almost, I mean, we're looking better. So let's go ahead and rally these things up here. The attacks are just brutal in this mission. They are absolutely brutal. I suppose that, you know, I would expect nothing less from the Zerg who are trying to defend the Overmind. Okay, and that's... I don't really want to plug in any more gaps here with cannons. I will leave the probe there to rebuild. All right, we're mined out here. What I can do is keep making those Hydralisks. Fairly cost-effective for what we're going to get. Antenna, absolutely necessary, and let's go ahead and grab these Overlords and bring them on over, because we need those to scout, and I won't have observers. No enemy attack for a while. I'm expecting Brown next, which is, I mean, this High Templar. I mean, the size of the attacks and their ability to dodge the storm honestly makes me wish I would have done Reavers instead. All right, here they come. Got on a storm right there. Got on a storm right there. Okay, and with properly placed storms, and what we're doing is, since we're attacking them with Zealots, they're less inclined to run away. They're less inclined to run away from the storms, which actually makes a big difference. Also, our upgrades are really starting to shine. Makes a very, very big difference. Let's keep queuing up those High Templar. We're going to need a lot of Dragoons for the initial push. And we just need that gas. I want to take this, but I don't, because that just means all those Brown attacks, which we can nicely fit into this choke point, are going to start attacking over here, and there isn't really as much of a nice choke point, and it's a long distance to cover between these two bases, so I really don't want to risk that. I'm actually kind of comfortable with where I'm at. I took this second base up here. I just think that this is more of a liability than it's worth, that's all. Okay, all my drones are done. They have nowhere to go, and I don't think they can mine from either base. So what I'll do instead is just make a bunch of colonies over here. Really could not hurt to defend this base. I don't want to get backdoored, that's all. And I've got the money for it, so let's just set all those up. Hydralisks, let's move you up for my main attack force as well. You're going to be hopefully kind of helpful. Shields level 2, quite expensive on the gas, but it will be worth it. Got Carapace coming up. We're going to need some, just more Sunkens. Sunkens are C in this, not U. When you switch back and forth between the different games, it gets kind of confusing. And this is probably going to be a big waste, but I'm setting them up anyway. Let's go ahead and get Metabolic Boost as well. We can reinforce quickly. We'll leave a few of these units at home. And again, we got a nice force here. We got an okay force here. I'm just going to keep amending what I think this force is. It's okay. It's really not bad. We can also spam Zealots like crazy, because we still have decent money here. Here comes a huge attack. I can see it.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, what did they just attack? Probably an observer. All right, get in there, forces. We've got shield batteries here. We've got the home field advantage with the shield batteries, so get on in there. Our Archons are going to tear this shit up. Okay, very good. Very, very good. This is looking nice. I mean, this would be the time to attack, but I just don't think I have enough. I will very soon, probably with the next round of units that I make, but I kind of want to wait for at least +2 shields. It may have actually just finished in retrospect. I'd like to get a few more Hydralisks to help us and just wait for a little bit more money. Shields level... No, here's shields level 2. Yeah, I think I just want to wait for the next big round of units, which is going to be... probably more High Templar here pretty soon. I need to wait for those pylons to finish. I can get... At this point, I can get 2 more Archons, which I think I would like to wait for, and then be ready to go. So I went ahead and queued up 4 more High Templar. We'll queue up 4 Dragoons behind that. And then when that group is done, I will make Zergling's Hydralisk to follow up, and hopefully we will be in okay shape. Okay, let's go ahead and hotkey my different town halls. The next attack we should expect is from down here, but we've shown that with the defense that we have, we can hold on to this. Can this probe even get in here to lay this down? It looks like yes. Okay, so we're on track to finish this in an okay time frame, I think. All right, scouts, don't chase. Those scouts are there just to defend us against guardians. I could bring them with me, but I'd rather not even bother. Okay, all of you turn into Archons, and when you're done, link on up with this group. And then, let's go ahead and rally on up here. I apparently had even more High Templar here. Let's go ahead and just keep making Hydralisks, and we're just going to flood this area with Hydralisks. Queue up missile attacks level 2. There's that +2 shields. Again, I'm sort of expecting a large attack in this direction any minute. I could wait for the next orange attack as well, because we're going to run into it if we go and attack, and we won't have the home field advantage. So, okay, brown's going to attack. Then orange is going to attack, and then we go, I'm thinking, is the timing we're looking at. So that's probably going to take 2 to 3 more minutes, and then we'll be in okay shape. I'm tempted to just flood Zealots at this point, but they will get torn up by Lurkers. I think... Okay, here we go. Throw down that storm. Throw down the storm. And throw down the storm. That's all of our energy, but he'll have enough before they come again. Man, those Ultralisks hit hard. They're 2-3 at this point, so these attacks are only going to get worse. Might as well just leave the scouts up here so that they're useful at something. Okay, and then just keep making those Hydralisks, and I'm going to bring pretty much every Overlord that exists with us, because I really don't want to risk not having detection for Lurkers. We're really not that far away from the objective. At this point, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the next orange attack, and then we are going to bolt. So let's go ahead and quick save. I will queue up shields level 3 for the future attack. Got missiles level 2. And the brown attacks are leaving us alone up here, which I'm very grateful for. Again, I was partly correct. It seemed like one of the attacks was directed to come up into the purple base. And that was it. Just the amount of Zerglings are going to cause problems for this amount of sunken colonies, unfortunately. But again, we're very close. I think we're very close to being ready to attack and finish this. Let's go ahead and move a couple probes up to our expansion. I don't even want to take that bottom left base. I really don't. Okay, and I'm thinking just Dragoons and Zealots at this point. We could make Dark Templar as well, but there's going to be so much detection in these bases, it won't matter. Let's go ahead and hotkey our Overlords to something. I'll forget to use that hotkey, but hopefully I'll be mildly prepared. Archon's looking good. +3 is going to be done here pretty soon. I'll even get another scout because I'm feeling okay with it. This round of Zealots I'm going to leave here. I'm going to leave them here because we need those Zealots to stay here, as we've learned. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I thought I had lost cannons down here, but I guess not. Okay, well, that area seems okay for now. Okay, here they come. I don't have any High Templar here, unfortunately. Reavers would have been an okay option. Realistically, Reavers would have been a great option, but I didn't make any. Okay, kill those Guardians. And we are coming down the ramp, and we are going. What I might do is just back up my my Archons just a little bit so they can get hit with some shield regeneration. Let's do that. Absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Okay, slowly but surely. Very nice. Okay, let's go. It is time. We have a pretty large force, and I'm just going to keep rallying up like nuts. And then up here, Hydralisks. Okay, so let's take this group and let's go. A lot of this stuff is going to die, all right, but we just have to get to the Overmind, and that's it. Okay, so Overlords, move on in. Avoid the Spore Colonies. We just have to kill the Lurkers. The Zealots are in the front, happily taking the damage for us. That's what they need to do. Scourge coming in. Gotta actually be kind of careful. Okay, you guys need to all back up. We need to make sure that we stay consolidated here. We're already pretty much on top of the Overmind. Just kill the Lurkers. Overlords just kind of hang out here and hold position. Everything else seems to be going pretty well, and we're right on top of it, so I'm pretty sure we've got this locked down. My remaining bit of advice is just ignore those, ignore that bottom base, because it just causes more problems than it's worth, to be honest. We got a big fatty group still left here as we get rid of the Guardians. The Overmind. The path to the Overmind is laid bare. Just hit the Overmind. Let's just finish this. I don't want to get hit by another giant brown attack.
Executor, the Overmind has been rendered inert. We've only bought ourselves a few precious minutes. We must claim the Callus without delay. Executor, the Callus is ours. Let us depart this wretched world and return to Shakuras. Provided there is still a Shakuras to return to.
All right, that went okay. Are we waiting on a score screen? There it is, okay. I wasn't sure if there'd be another cinematic or not. Yeah, so that went okay. I can't say that I'm happy with my kills, deaths, and survival rate, but that's a tricky mission, and I will attribute my success to having played this map in the past, and specifically remembering that bottom base is a crapshoot and not really worth it. We were struggling for gas, but in the end we did just fine. And going for the Overmind again, I will say again, I really find it to be much easier than going for the Callus. Alrighty, well, when we come back, I think the next mission, the last few missions of this Protoss campaign are very challenging, so the next mission we'll see. Maybe I'll use my mass carriers, single-use allotment of one mission making mass carriers on that one. We'll see. Alright, thanks so much for watching. This has been Jay Barino. I'll see you next time. Bye now.